Good evening everyone, I'm James Ford-Bannister, BAFRA Director of Training for 2021 and 2022. In this video we are going to revisit question 64 from the BAFRA Annual Examination of 2021. So, let's break down the question. It's third and goal at Team B's 6-yard line. The quarterback throws a legal forwards pass towards eligible receiver A88, who is stood near the sideline in Team B's end zone. A88 leaps from inbounds and is airborne outside the sideline when he bats the ball towards A34, who is also stood in Team B's end zone. To prevent A34 from catching the ball, B55 pushes A34 in the chest. B55 then bats the ball back across the goal line and into the field of play. The ball is caught by tackle A78 at Team B's 5-yard line, and A78 advances to Team B's 3-yard line where he is downed. Now, let's take a visual look at this play. It's especially important on complicated situations like this. The centre is going to snap the ball to the quarterback, who's going to throw a legal forwards pass to A88, who's going to jump from inbounds in the end zone, and whilst airborne outside the sideline, is going to bat the ball towards A34. B55 is going to come and block A34 by shoving A34 in the chest, making some space to bat the ball back into the field of play, where it's going to be caught by tackle A78, who's going to advance from the 5-yard line to the 3-yard line, where A78 is then going to be tackled by Team B and downed at the 3-yard line. Now, I've said the word batting multiple times already during this video breakdown, which makes it rather clear that it is something we need to understand as part of the question. In this case, we need to ascertain whether or not the two bats that take place are legal or otherwise. Well, the rules tell us that while a pass is in flight, only a player who is eligible to touch the ball may bat it in any direction. We know that A88 is eligible because the question tells us so, and B55 is a player of Team B, and Team B players are always eligible, which means both apply to this question. However, there is a slight kink to this question, which is that A88 leaps from inbounds and is airborne outside the sideline when he bats the ball. But we know that A88 by rule is still an inbounds player, because A88 has not touched anything outside the boundary line, let alone a game official or other player, where you might have to take that into consideration. Had A88 been out of bounds when he touched the ball, it would have been an incomplete pass. There is also a note in Rule 941C which says that no player shall bat other loose balls forward in the field of play, or in any direction if the ball is in the end zone. This can be misleading, so you have to remember that the pass remains in flight throughout this play. It is batted by A88, but has not touched the ground or been possessed by a player when B55 bats it. So B55 is still batting a pass in flight. So the fact that either of them are in the end zone does not matter to this play. The next thing that may jump out at you about this play is that B55 pushes A34 in the chest to prevent A34 from catching the ball, and it may make you think about defensive pass interference. However, if you are thinking about DPI, then you need to reread Rule 738A, which tells us that during a down in which a legal forwards pass crosses the neutral zone, which we have, illegal contact by Team A and Team B players is prohibited from the time the ball is snapped until it is touched by a player or an official, while A88 leaping and batting the ball towards A34 certainly counts as touching. So therefore, any DPI or OPI is off for the remainder of the play, making B55's shove of A34 perfectly legal. With everything we've discussed so far being perfectly legal, you may be saying, hang on a minute, if this pass is still in flight and is caught by tackle A78, isn't A78 ineligible by number? Well, yes, you would be correct in saying that A78 is ineligible by number, but that ineligibility expires under Rule 735 when a Team B player or an official touches a legal forwards pass. Well, B55 batting the ball again counts as touching, making A78 eligible, and therefore the catch by A78 is also perfectly legal. So what do we know? Well, the exam committee may have set us up to fail with this question by providing us with a perfectly legal play. However, we still need to work out what the result of that play is to get both marks for the question. The first three areas are relatively simple because it's third and goal and there is no change of team possession during the down, so Team A will get a fourth down where A78 is downed at the B 3-yard line. As nothing occurs during the play, it will be a standard 40-second play clock, and the clock will continue to run as A78 was tackled in bounds and there is no other reason to stop the clock. Thank you for listening to this video breakdown of question 64 from the BAFRA Annual Examination of 2021. I hope that you've learned something and that you return to us in the future for more of these video breakdowns. I've been James Ford-Bannister, BAFRA Director of Training for 2021 and 2022.